In this lesson, we will discuss the Audio Management System, Cabin Intercommunication Data System, SIDS, Controls, Interphone System, Call Systems, Passenger Address Systems, and the Emergency Evacuation System. The intercommunication system is divided into two main subsystems, the Audio Management System and the SIDS. The crew uses the audio management system to interface with all radio communication and navigation equipment installed on the aircraft. It also provides access to the interphone systems, the call systems, and the passenger address system. The audio management system is comprised of an AMU, which integrates and allows easy selection of all audio signals, 3 ACPs, headset sockets, oxygen mask microphones, handheld microphones, 2 cockpit speakers, press-to-talk switches on the side sticks, a selective calling cell call code selection panel, an audio switching panel, and an interphone jack at the external power panel near the nose gear bay. Additional equipment may include optional 4th and 5th ACPs, an additional headset jack for a 4th occupant, and an additional hand microphone for a 4th occupant. Also, some aircraft will include a headset jack, service interphone jack, hand mic connector, and boom set in the electronic compartment. Note, if audio channel 1 or 2 fails due to a failure either in the ACP or the corresponding AMU, the crew can use the audio switching selector to select the 3rd audio channel. The SIDS transmits, controls, and processes signal information for the cabin systems shown above. The main components of the SIDS are shown here. The main components of the SIDS are shown above. The decoder-encoder units, DEUs, are linked to the 2 SIDS directors. Type A units, for passengers, are installed along the cabin. The loudspeakers, lighted signs, call buttons, call lights, and general illumination ballast units are divided into small groups, each connected to a Type A DEU. Type B units, for attendants, are installed near the exit doors. The area call panels, smoke detectors, attendant handsets, slide and door pressure sensors, and attendant indicator panels are connected to Type B DEUs. The flight crew uses the ACP to select a VHF or HF transceiver for transmitting and for the selection of systems for reception and volume control. The top row on the ACP is where the various radio transmission keys are located. The pilot selects the desired radio for transmission by pressing the respective push button. Only one button can be selected at a time. The green light indicates the radio is in use. To deselect the radio in use, the push button is pressed again, or the pilot selects another radio. Select the VHF 1 transmission push button to select that radio for transmission. The call portion of the push button will flash in amber, and a buzzer will sound when the cell call system detects a call on a VHF or HF radio. The mechanic or attendant portion of the push button will flash amber, and a buzzer will sound when a call is detected from the external power panel or when there is a call from a cabin attendant. To cancel the light on the call, mechanic, and attendant buttons, press the reset key. Note that the mechanic or attendant light goes out after 60 seconds if not reset. The second row on the ACP has the reception knobs to allow the flight crew to select and adjust the volume of each audio channel. The bottom row on the ACP has the reception knobs for the navigation radios. Pressing and releasing the knob out selects the associated channel. More than one can be selected at a time. A white skirt is visible around the lower part of the knob, and the integral white light will come on if the pedestal lights are on. Note that the annunciator light switch controls the brightness. The volume may be adjusted by rotating the knob. Select the VHF 1 reception knob to select that receiver.
Please try again. Select the
The ON voice key, when pressed, will inhibit the navigation radio ident signals from a VHF omnidirectional range navigation system, VOR, or automatic direction finder, ADF, and allow only one voice reception from those stations. The ON section of the push button will illuminate in green. The interphone radio switch acts as a press-to-talk switch. Selected to interphone, it allows the boom and mask microphones to transmit on interphone regardless of which transmission key is selected. The crew must have the interphone reception knob selected to be able to hear these transmissions. Pressing and holding the switch to the radio position allows the boom and mask microphones to transmit on the selected radio. The radio selector on each side stick controller also acts as a press-to-talk switch. It is spring-loaded to the neutral position. When squeezed to the radio position, the boom or mask microphones transmit through the radio selected on the ACP. Note that if radio is selected on the side stick, press-to-talk, when the interphone radio switch is on interphone, the radio function has priority over the interphone function. The loudspeaker volume control knobs adjust the volume of the cockpit loudspeakers. When the knob is in the off position, the associated cockpit loudspeaker is off. Turning the knob clockwise from the off position increases the speaker volume. This knob has no control over, nor does it affect the loudness of the oral alert and voice messages. The audio switching selector allows the crew to utilize the third ACP if ACP 1 or 2 should fail. The knob has 3 positions. In the normal position, each crew member is connected to his own respective ACP. With the selector in the Captain 3 position, the captain uses the number 3 ACP for transmission and audio selections. Audio 3 transferred appears in green on the ECAM memo section. With the selector in the FO3 position, the first officer uses the number 3 ACP for transmission and audio selections. The flight crew interphone system allows the flight crew to talk amongst themselves or to communicate with a ground crewman using a headset through an interphone jack on the external power panel. The interphone reception knob must be in the on position to hear interphone communications. Transmissions can be made using a boom or mask mic using the interphone side of the interphone radio switch on the ACP, regardless of transmission key selection. If the mechanic transmission key is also pressed, transmissions can be made with a microphone, mask, or boom mic using the side stick press-to-talk switch or the radio side of the interphone radio switch on the ACP.